Hello and good afternoon. It's December the 7th, 2022. Maranatha, I cry, Abba Father, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. In Jesus' mighty name. This is a break-in. Again, just a brief break-in. But right now, I'm endeavoring to finish some things the Lord had me doing. And in order to get where I had to be, I had to go through some other things, some trials. And I have been going through those. And it pointed out to me a rudeness in people, including myself. I don't want to be rude. I want to rebuke and exhort the way I'm supposed to in love and meekness, gentleness. And sometimes that requires being rude, though, or it will seem rude when it comes out. And to many, I guess, I have seemed crass and rude. But everything I've ever done was done in love for the Father and for you. Never, never did I set out to hurt anybody. And if I have, I am sorry. I am genuinely sorry. I've had a lot on my mind. And I mean a lot. My problem was I was trying to carry him. Jesus finally knocked me down and said, "Where's that supposed to go?" And I said, "Here." Direct it to him. Because I got it. Took me a while, but I got it. He's the one. He is a jealous God. And he is the one who wants our love and affection beyond all things. And I've been trying to do just that. Because everything that I've done the last year especially, I did it because I love the Lord so greatly. I know so many people did not understand a lot of what I had to do. These videos, for one thing, was about reminding people that Jesus is and showing them how far we really were from Him. We have idols set before Him. And there may be two parts of this, I'm not sure. Just depends on if I can get it all said in this first break in. There'll be as many parts as the Lord leads that I can say. Because I am trying to follow Him with all my heart. I was afraid to die at once. Well, for a long time, actually. That was before 2020. I was afraid to die because I was afraid that no one would love the Lord like I do. Nobody ever talked about the angels and Him like I did and how real they are. I didn't see anybody packing their Bibles around in restaurants or public places. In fact, I didn't even see Bibles for a long time. They're starting to emerge a little bit back in some churches. But that's God. How far have we fallen when we kept God from His own sanctuary? O Lucifer, thou morning star, how far art thou fallen? We set ourselves up in the temples of God, and we lord it over all that is called God. Wouldn't even pack our Bibles. No, we had the digital copy on our phone. How did anyone know whether we was in the Word or in the world when we were sitting on those phones? Because both could be found in that little box. All kinds of porn and TV programs and news and a lot of things that could be got into that just completely ungodly things. And I had a job interview a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, I guess now, rather. Week and a half ago, something like that. And it seemed to be going well. But then it seemed like the way that I dress in skirts all the time became an issue. And I never heard back. They said they would call me. I never heard back. So I did kind of a miniature interview the other night. And was trying to put in some information about getting a job. And they asked me my availability. And I told them anytime except Friday after 5 through Saturday, because that is my Sabbath. My Sabbath begins at 6 Friday evening and goes through Saturday. And it was going well until that point, I guess. And she said, I won't lie, that will hurt you on your acceptance. Seems to me like being holy hurts us a lot about having anything in this world. But I won't compromise. So, I don't care. I'm not going to work on the Sabbath because Jesus told us not to. That's a commandment of God. And a lot of people have been breaking a lot of commandments. And to those that are not, kudos. You are banging it out, being 144. Hold your head up and keep going. Even if you fall down, get back up, dust yourself off, and continue going. We can't let Satan knock us down and not let us get back up. I look around at the shape of the world and how we bring graven images and everything right into the sanctuaries. And I think, how much do we truly love our God? Some of y'all think, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, there is. It's breaking the first commandment of God. I keep trying to tell you all this. How much do you love God when you keep putting those idols before Him? I can't. I won't. I won't. I don't want anything before Him. I don't want anyone before Him. And He's a jealous God. He doesn't want us to put anything before Him. And I certainly do not mean to offend anybody in any way, ever. I've been so broken lately, I could barely stand on my own 2 feet. And I've been asked to do things that were crazy and off the wall, and I did them without fail for the Lord. I didn't understand them, but He did. That's all that matters. But He's testing people, seeing who's really going to stand for Him and who's going to be tempted away. I have to do what the Lord asks of me. I am His prisoner like Paul. And I made a vow to Him. Certainly, husbands, if your wives didn't keep their word to you, wouldn't you be angry? If you asked your wife to tell somebody something for you, wouldn't you expect her to do just that? Wouldn't you expect your wife to convey the message for you that you ask her to? Wouldn't you expect her to just do it without question? Isn't that what being in subjection is? Then how? How are you in subjection to Jesus yourselves? Because you have not been teaching His word without fail. Sin is running amok, and no one actually wants to stand in the pulpit and say, oh, this is sin. This particular thing is sin. Homosexuality, adultery, fornication, women cutting their hair, women wearing that which pertaineth to a man. These are all sin. Drinking, drugs, vaping. All these are sin. Nobody wants to stand in the pulpit and say, this is sin. Putting the world before the Lord. Doing other things instead of putting Jesus first. All I've been trying to do for the last year and a half, well actually 3 years, but especially the last year and a half, is put Jesus first in everything that I do. And I gotta continue to do that. See you in part 2.